Summer is here and you should be too. On today's episode, we talk about all the fun things you can do on the Cape and Islands. Hello everyone, it's Jenny. Welcome to EcCape TV, where each episode we get you back to the Cape and Islands. Here in the summer, there's plenty to do, and there are plenty of seals, as our team members found out.
Those are all young ones. They really don't know what's going on. And they'll go in the water and they'll turn around. As soon as they realize there's no danger, they'll go back on shore. But it's a good place to get away from the sharks or on the outside.
Have you been out here when the sharks have been in here?
No, the sharks don't come in here very. There's a buoy over there. One did come into the cut a couple of years ago, but he didn't come into the bay. They do not travel in a group. They travel ones and twos, that's all. There is no pairing and no mating. They're all just single seals. The mating is all done at the rookery after birthing.
Now, how long have you been doing this for?
About 20 years off and on for different companies.
Not a bad racket.
No. Take the good weather with the bad, but it's good. You're out of the crowds.
Here in Chatham, where there are seals, there are usually sharks. Some are even on land. Let's take a peek. Each summer, folks around Chatham are talking about sharks. But for the past several years, it's been downtown where people have congregated to see them. Since 2013, roughly 50 colorful, whimsically decorated 5-foot sharks have been on display to the general public. They're eventually auctioned off to help raise money for a variety of charities. The sharks in the park attract thousands of people each summer of all ages trying to find their favorite. And whether it is inspired by Tom Brady and the Patriots or even Lily Pulitzer, there's guaranteed to be at least one to catch your eye. There's a reason why we're out here on Lighthouse Beach, and while we weren't lucky enough to see any sharks, we did catch a little something interesting out in the dunes. Let's go take a peek.
There's nothing like taking a long walk on the beach. But if you do it first thing in the morning along South Beach in Chatham, you might be surprised to see something poking through the fog. About a quarter of a mile southeast of the Chatham Lighthouse stands a shack that is just a little different than some of the beach homes you find in the area. The structure, which has now become more of a shore shrine, was created a few years ago with a 2-seater outhouse at its core. Over time, storm debris, signs, flags, and plenty of driftwood has allowed it to grow in size. While you definitely wouldn't want to stay the night, it might just have the prettiest front yard in the whole world, making it the perfect spot to stop and breathe in some of that salty Cape air.
There are a lot of lists out there debating which beach is the best on the Cape and Islands. And during that debate, we've seen a trend that you're either on one side or the other, literally.
Sandy Neck, Nauset, Dowses, Millway, there's clearly no shortage of incredible beaches on the Cape. If you were to ask a dozen people, you'd probably get a dozen answers as to what their favorite was. Trust me, we did that, and it's true. But the more people we asked, the more we realized the debate wasn't about the beach, it was about the side. You either loved being out on the open ocean or on the bay.
Well, I always think it's the company you're with, so But then in Chatham, I think all the beaches are pretty nice because it's Nantucket Sound. So the water is instantly warmer, which is always a plus because the seashore beaches are freezing. And like the other day at Harding's, there was a whale like right off the shore, which was really cool breaching. So I thought that was just awesome. And then like here you can rent like sailboats and stuff and paddle boards. And people are out there all day just sailing around, which is so fun. It's such a nice view.
So a lot of people would say south side just because it's kind of like on the warmer side, but personally I like the bay side. Definitely don't have that risk of any like bad marine life because we're sheltered in that section. It's generally less wavy too, just kind of more consistent.
There definitely isn't a right or wrong answer, and it's all a matter of personal preference. But that's what makes this place so special. No two beaches here are alike, and they really do change from year to year. And of course, the only way to really know which one is the best is to go to every single one of them.
We usually like to end with a quote from you, but this time, with the Cape Cod Baseball League in full swing, we'd like to hear from them.
People will come, Ray.
They'll come to the Cape for reasons they can't even fathom. They'll turn into your driveway, not knowing sure why they're doing it.
They'll arrive at your door as innocent as children longing for the past.
Of course we don't mind if you look around. You'll say it's only $20 per person.
And they'll pass over the money without even thinking about it.
For it's money they have and peace they lack.
And they'll walk off on the bleachers and sit in short sleeves on a perfect afternoon.
And find they have reserved seats somewhere along the baseline when they sat when they were children.
And cheer their heroes.
And they'll watch the game, and it will be as if they dipped themselves in magic waters.
The memories will be so thick, they'll have to brush them away from their faces.
People will come, Ray.
The one constant through all the years, Ray, has been baseball. America has rolled by like an army of steamrollers.
It's been erased like a blackboard, rebuilt and erased again.
But baseball has marked the time. This field, this game,
it's a part of our past, Ray. It reminds us all that was once good, and that could be again. Oh, people will come, Ray. People will most definitely come.
That's still one of our favorite videos ever. Well, that'll do it for this episode. We'll see you next time when it's going to be all about food.